Lighting design San Bernardino Church, L'Aquila. The stone Renaissance facade of the Church of San Bernardino was designed by Cola della Matris between 1524 and 1542, and shows three orders with very different decorative styles, the first Doric, the second Ionic and the third Corinthian. Four sets of double columns subdivide the facade vertically, creating a charming and harmonious design of 9 sections over 3 levels. The lighting for the facade is characterized by 2 different methods of illumination. Soft, diffuse illumination with a neutral white tone illuminates the entire facade from bottom to top, highlighting its horizontal elements through the proportional use of shadow and providing just the right 3-dimensional highlighting. While shadow characterizes the horizontal elements, light characterizes the vertical ones. So, balance and harmony, formed, as in the architecture by Michelangelo that served as the inspiration for the facade, by internal tensions generated by the contrast of elements of equal intensity, like the horizontal and vertical lines of the facade. Access lighting, warm white like the sun in the IHS Christogram of St. Bernardino, highlights the 24 columns, showing the 9 sections making up the facade. The plinths at the base of the columns are illuminated to render the concept of anchoring to the ground. The warm white accent lighting also highlights the 3 oculi that characterize the facade and the main door with its representation of the Madonna and Saint Bernardino, providing the emphasis for 4 elements, using the square and the cross. The mullioned window above the main door, an element from the 18th century, is backlit. The most significant sections of the dome at the rear of the building, the ribs and the lantern, are illuminated, while the campanile is lit only inside the arches of the double lancet windows. The interior of the church, which was rebuilt in the 18th century on the foundations of the 15th century structure, is a celebration and exaltation of the figure of St. Bernardino using light. In the center of the glorious wooden ceiling, exactly in line with the mausoleum of the saint, is the IHS Christogram in all its splendor, a symbolic representation of the figure of the Son and Christ himself. The trigram was designed by St. Bernardino and consists of a radiant sun on a blue field. The center of the sun contains the 3 letters IHS, the first 3 letters of the name Jesus in Greek. Each of these elements was given meaning by St. Bernardino. The central sun is a clear allusion to Christ. The sun has 12 rays, referring to the 12 apostles. The band surrounding the sun represents the unending happiness of the blessed. The sky blue of the background is a symbol of faith, and the gold evokes love. The elongated upright of the H forms a cross. A warm white light envelops the wooden ceiling and the dome of the main body of the building, and, like the spreading of the rays of the sun, fills the vaults of the side aisles and chapels with indirect light. The light of the magnificent carved wooden ceiling, painted gold and created by Ferdinando Mosca di Pesca Costanzo in 1724, is soft and diffuse, spreading and circulating to envelop the entire church, representing the element that characterizes the illumination in the building. LED luminaires have been used for this wooden ceiling, and for the rest of the building. The light from the LEDs does not contain ultraviolet or infrared rays and therefore does not cause any damage to the objects being lit, a very important factor when dealing with cultural treasures. The illumination thus complies with average lighting levels of 150 lux for materials that are moderately sensitive to light in respect of the wooden ceiling. The main pillars supporting high pilasters punctuate the space in the nave in the form of arches that are lit by neutral white light, providing compositional rhythm to the space. This highlighting also characterizes the arches leading into the side chapels, creating a clever play of perspectives. In these side chapels, the octagonal vaults are illuminated by indirect light, while an accent lighting projector provides targeted illumination only for the artwork displayed in the center of each altarpiece, positioned so that the spectator is never dazzled by any screens and is able to view the artwork in all 3 dimensions in the case of sculptures and bas reliefs. In the chapel containing the mausoleum of St. Bernardino, the ceiling with the fresco by Girolamo Senecampo is highlighted using soft, uniform illumination in warm white tones, while the mausoleum built by Silvestro dell'Aquila in 1505 is lit by neutral white accent lights, in order to enhance the white tones of the stone. Lighting design by architect Francesco Storaro. The beautiful organ by Ferdinando Mosca on the inside of the facade and the 18th century high altar are lit by warm white accent light. Conversely, the vault of the apse containing the altar and the choir are illuminated by neutral white indirect light originating from the main window, contrasting with the warm tone of the altar, as if the light is coming from the window itself, like a divine light spreading to the interior of the church. The poetry of defects. Bernini, an architect, proves his skill by turning the defects of a site into advantages. In all of the illumination provided in the church, there is therefore a contrast between warm white and neutral white light, a clever play of light that will make it possible to show, highlight and distinguish the various architectural, pictorial and decorative elements of the church, providing balance and harmony. Balance and harmony thus created by the relationship, the dialogue, between warm light and neutral light. Except for certain iodide light fittings, which are necessary because of their greater output, and even these fittings are energy saving, all of the light fittings used to illuminate the interior and exterior of the church are LED lights by ERCO. The white LED light does emit ultraviolet or infrared rays and therefore does not cause damage to the objects illuminated. LEDs have an extremely long life, lasting approximately 50,000 hours, which is about 20 years. And, thanks to their extremely compact size, they can be integrated into the surrounding architectural structure. LEDs provide better energy performance than many other light sources, which means that the planned lighting system is rationalized and provides energy savings, because of reduced consumption and less maintenance over time. The system uses LED light fittings of very high technological quality with specific illumination performance characteristics using patented optical systems by ERCO such as collimators and spherolit lenses. The projectors chosen guarantee efficient visual comfort and a huge range of lenses, narrow spot, flood, wide flood and wall washer, with various output ratings, guaranteeing maximum design precision.